Good morning and welcome back to our Wednesday Anchored in the Word Morning Reflection. And yesterday we talked about the distinction between wisdom and folly, and we kind of broke down that concept of wisdom a little bit to various layers of wisdom. And we talked about how dangerous it is for someone to trust in riches, to think that somehow they can reconcile themselves to God through their money, through their efforts, all those kinds of things. This morning what we're going to do is press into that just a little bit more. And we're going to look at the emptiness of a life that is built upon materialism. And so if you have your Bible, let's go ahead and turn there together. We'll look at this passage again, read it, and then look at the section that is dealing with this issue of the emptiness of living for materialism, building our lives on that rather than eternity. Here's what the text says, Psalm 49. Hear this, all ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the day of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth, and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Now this morning we're going to look at the second side of that folly, and that is the emptiness side. Folly is emphasizing how it is something that just doesn't make any sense. Emptiness means that there's nothing of value that's left. And so the idea is that a misplaced confidence is going to lead to irreversible loss. Think about the passage in Luke where Jesus is talking about a man who is trusting in his riches. And he says, what can it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? What can a man give in exchange for his soul? Or we think about the story of the wealthy man who looked at everything that he had and he said, I'm going to build up bigger barns and I'm going to fill them up and I'm going to live a life of ease. And he doesn't know that that night his soul would be required of him. And then what does the text say? Who's going to get those things when you're gone? Well, this passage is going to read a lot like Ecclesiastes here. And so we see in verses 10 through 12, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perish. When we say it reads like Ecclesiastes, it's almost like we're looking at the positive side in the Proverbs and the negative side of wisdom. This is the caveat. This is showing you the emptiness of life. For instance, in verse 10, wise men die. Likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. You know, you could talk about living a good quality life and building up material possessions and walking in wisdom when it comes to the temporal. But he says, the wise man die, the fool dies, the brutish dies. These people leave their wealth forever for others. Everyone dies and leaves their wealth for others. That's what he's saying. That's empty. Or verse 11, their inward thought is that the house shall continue forever. But they even call their lands by their own names. Everyone lives as if they're somehow going to escape that reality of death. Yes, I know I'm going to die. Yes, I know I'm going to leave my riches for other people, but we live as if we actually don't believe that. That's what he's saying. Or verse 12, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. Our lives are no more secure than the animals' lives. What a shocking reality. Now, he's not saying that we're animals. He's not saying we don't have value. But he's saying that there is a sense in which we have something in common. We are cut off very soon. Another statement that he makes is that if our physical life is everything, well, we're no different than the animals around us. Think of Ecclesiastes 1:14. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun. Behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. 1 Corinthians 15. If in this life only we have hope, we are of all men most miserable. And so if our physical life is everything, then we have nothing. We need to realize that life is bigger than that. There is eternity. And so the good news is that we don't have to live a life of emptiness. We don't have to live a life of folly. We can live a life that is built on sound biblical wisdom. So tomorrow, Lord willing, we're going to talk about that. So I hope that you'll join us as we think about that. My great encouragement to you in this particular video is don't live a life of emptiness. Don't live a life of folly. Don't live your life for materialism. Yes, make good, wise choices about the quality of life on this side, but make those decisions not just in the life that we have here, but in the light of eternity. Have a blessed rest of your morning. And if these things have been a challenge to you, or if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Love to speak with you on these issues. And Lord willing, we'll meet again tomorrow. Bye now.